Hey y'all, and welcome to this special bonus episode of Season 2 of Old Iron Talk. I'm your host, Callie Gurton, and today I have a special guest producer because Miranda is on vacation, so we have Michaela in the studio with us today. Can you say hi to everybody, Michaela?
Hi, everybody.
How's everything going today?
Things are going good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, we appreciate you stepping in and helping us out. So today on this special bonus episode, we're going to be learning the history of a company, which I'm guessing you can guess it's Allis-Chalmers. And then we're going to kind of talk about our new app that we have, some new things that we have on the website, and just give an overview of things coming up for Season 2. We really appreciate everyone that's tuned in for Season 1, and we hope you enjoy what you've listened to so far. So thanks for listening. Let's get into the history of Allis-Chalmers. All right, so in 1847, Allis-Chalmers Corporation began operating in Milwaukee, and it was one of the manufacturing giants of Milwaukee, so it brought in a lot of jobs, and it really expanded the industry and helped Milwaukee kind of become a booming city. Resilience Works was sold at a sheriff's sale, and in May of 1861, Edward P. Allis became the owner. Edward P. Allis was a well-known businessman who founded Edward P. Allis Company, where they manufactured milling and mining equipment, steam engines, and other large-scale capital equipment. Allis was known because he enjoyed a good relationship with his employees, and it seemed as though he had a sense of closeness with his employees that was totally uncharacteristic of most labor management relationships. So it originated with James Seville and Charles Decker in the Resilience Works. They were an iron foundry and they had machine shops, so they built all different kinds of things. One problem was they expanded a lot faster than they thought they were going to, so they actually had to build a new building in 1866. So that's when the new site was developed, and not only that, they incorporated a showroom with this new building as well. So Resilience Works would go on and start to decline into bankruptcy when the lumber and flour industries began to struggle during the Panic of 1857. Throughout the late 19th century, Allis & Company would continue to innovate in sawmills and grain processing equipment. So one cool thing that we found when we were doing our research was C.H. Wendell actually, in the story of the Allis-Chalmers, put in a family tree. So in this family tree, it starts off with companies like Seville and Decker, the Gate Iron Works, Eagle Works, Edward P. Allis Company, Fraser and Chalmers, which we'll talk about a little later, Gates Iron Works, and those companies and a few more are the ones that originally came together to help form Allis-Chalmers Company, and that was around 1901. So from that, we go off, and a couple more companies come in, and it branches off in 1913 to Allis-Chalmers Manufacturing Company. Throughout the 19th century, Allis-Chalmers continued to innovate in sawmills and grain processing equipment. So by the turn of the century, Allis & Company had become one of the largest single manufacturers of steam engines in the United States. Edwin Reynolds was one of their well-known steam engine designers, and he actually would go on to take over the company when Allis died in 1889. In 1901, Allis & Company merged with Chicago-based Fraser-Chalmers Company, which we talked about before, so that's where we kind of got the Allis and Chalmers. Gates Iron Works and Scranton-based Dixon Manufacturing Company, which would go on to form Allis-Chalmers Company. In the early 1900s, Allis-Chalmers began producing gas engines for industrial machines. They were known as one of the largest builders of gas engines in the United States for the time. By the 1910s, a new tractor division was established, leading to Allis-Chalmers acquiring the Monarch Tractor Corporation and the Lacrosse Plow Company. General Otto Folk took over as president of Allis-Chalmers in 1913. General Folk had many tractor visions, including the 1018 tractor, which was introduced in November of 1914. Allis-Chalmers became the leading national manufacturer of agricultural machinery by the 1930s. Around 1931 is when Allis-Chalmers would go on to purchase Advanced Rumley Threshing Company. The Rumley oil pull was known as one of the best tractors of its time thanks to its reliability and affordability. This was a major step for Allis-Chalmers because during the time they were very well known for their mills, their engines, and for their agricultural machine, but they weren't very well known within the farming world, mainly because they didn't have any real ties to the farming world. So once they bought Advanced Rumley, it helped them immensely because Rumley Oil Pulls and Rumley in general was one of the top trusted companies at the time by farmers. So this gave them a step in the right direction to enter the ag and farming world as far as the tractor industry goes. Because of the diverse array of product division that Allis-Chalmers Company had, it made them very well suited for securing major government contracts, especially with the steam engines and steam turbines that they produced. They fulfilled a lot of government contracts with those. Allis-Chalmers Corporation began to struggle with competition during the recession of the 1980s, early 1980s. They would go on to eventually close plants and declare bankruptcy in 1987. They finally closed their last plant in Milwaukee in 1998. So that is just a brief history on Allis-Chalmers. Obviously, there is so much more. And actually, if you would like to read more, we have the full story posted on Old Iron Garage. So what we've been doing is, I know we kind of mentioned in our first Old Iron Talk episode how we got some of our data, and that was from C.H. Wendell's books. We were actually granted access from the family to use those. So we have actually started putting the stories that he has up on our articles page. So if you'd like to read more or have any more reference material, you are welcome to visit oldirongarage.com to get that. Some other fun facts, though, before we stop talking about Allis-Chalmers. Allis-Chalmers pioneered power adjustment of the rear wheels with its 1948 WD tractor. Allis-Chalmers was one of the first companies to use dry air cleaner for tractor duty. The D19 diesel was the first agricultural tractor to be equipped with a turbocharger. Power steering attachments were introduced on the 1956 model of the WD-45 tractor. Drive-in cultivators were pioneered by Allis-Chalmers. And positive seal track idlers were announced for Allis-Chalmers crawlers in 1939. Allis-Chalmers has a long history, and like I said, there were a lot of companies that came together that they bought out to form them overall. But like I said, this is just a very minimal touch into the actual history of Allis-Chalmers. So we encourage everybody to check out the full story on our website. Michaela, what do you think of Allis-Chalmers?
I think it's a very interesting story and history. It's really exciting to hear about how these companies got started and where they came from.
Yes, it is. I do enjoy the history behind all of this, and it's really cool to see how far things actually date back as well. So that's very fun. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, we are here to talk about the history, but we're also going to highlight some new things to our website. So recently we launched an Old Iron Garage app, and that is now available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store as well. So we encourage everyone to go and check that out. We're actually going to give you guys a little rundown of it, and if you have any questions when you download it or have any problems, please reach out to us and we'll get those resolved and figured out for you as soon as possible. So Michaela, if you wouldn't mind pulling up, we took a little screen recording here and we'll walk you through the app. So when you download it, you'll log in and sign up for our website or sign up for our emails if you want to, and you will be updated weekly on what we have going on. But this will take you to the home page. Then at the bottom, the next tab that you click on actually takes you to our community page, which basically mirrors like a Facebook feed. We have a lot of groups on there, so you can join those and talk about, like we have the Old Iron Talk group on there where we post all of our episodes, post some source material. If you have any questions, if you'd like to be a guest, feel free to reach out to us through this group. We were very thankful for the guests that we had last season, and we enjoyed talking with all of them. So we'd love to chat with all of you guys too, if you'd like to join us. After that, you can go on the bottom. The next tab goes to your profile. So here You can see your timeline, profile, groups, photos. You can go to your registry tractors, and then the very last tab kind of expands on things where you can click on individual things in the website like the registry, research, etc. So this one takes us to the Old Iron Marketplace, which we're going to highlight a little more later as well. But one tractor that we have listed currently is this 1974 International Farmall 766. So when you go on here, you can look at the pictures that sellers have had posted. You can look at the description they have with the prices, if they're accepting offers or not. And then if you scroll to the bottom, you're capable of sending them a message directly and they'll get back to you as soon as they can. The marketplace is completely free to list and buy from, so we encourage everyone to check that out. Now, another cool thing is you can list tractors that you want individually on your community profile. To do that, if you go to our database, look up the tractor that you want. So for example, I looked up a John Deere GP. So you go in the database, go to John Deere, and then find the model GP. Then at the very bottom here, we have I have one, I want one, or contribute. So if you want one, you just click that I want one. It'll switch to wanted like you see it do right there, and it will add it to your tractor's wanted list. So if somebody has one for sale, maybe they friended you on our community page, they can go check out your tractor's wanted and let you know that they have one, or maybe they know of somebody that's selling one. Another cool thing when you go to the individual models is you can also click I have one. So if you have one, you can put in the information, any information that you want. You can add pictures and it will automatically add it to a registry. Then the last one is contribute. So it's nice to have this app because you can contribute right from your phone. If you're out in the shop, have pictures you want to take to add to the individual models, we encourage you to do that as well. Next, where did we go next? Okay, so yes, you can also, if you're relaxing one night, everybody likes to scroll through Facebook. We encourage you to now get our app and scroll through our website. Like I said, we are posting histories from C.H. Wendell's books, so you can go check those out. We have old articles from Classic Farm Tractor. We post new articles that are written by our staff and members. So we encourage you guys to visit there. If you have an article or story you want to contribute, we encourage you to do that. We'd be happy to put that on there as well. You can also visit the shop from here, so you can check out what books we have listed, apparel, and more. We also encourage you to check out what events we have listed, or if you have an event, tractor show, anything coming up, let us know, or you can submit it yourself. There are actually a couple events coming up this weekend, and then there's quite a few events next weekend from all over. So we encourage you to go. You can filter by state, you can filter by date, and see what's going on. And then when you go to the calendar or the list view, when they pop up, you click on them and it tells you a little more about them. It gives you the address, the dates, the time, and some of them do have a link to their website if you need to find out any more about them. One show that I will be attending is actually in my hometown next weekend, and that is the Boss Brothers Threshing Show. We try to attend that every year, and it's a really great show. So we encourage anybody to check out that one. That is listed on our website as well. Okay, so kind of back to the main community feed. We have created a bunch of different groups, like I said. We created this group in particular to share with you guys older farm photos. We have a lot of black and white. We have a lot of postcards. So we encourage everybody to check out this page if you enjoy looking at the older farm photos and enjoy the history behind them as well. If you have any information about any of them or the tractors or implements that are in them, we encourage you to hop on here and comment on the group and kind of let everybody know. And like I said, this app is now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. So we encourage everybody to go download it and start hanging out with us on our community page. So in addition to the Old Iron Garage app, I wanted to highlight the marketplace a little more as well. The marketplace is completely free to list anything, to purchase anything. You just have to create an account and then you will contact the seller just like you would on Facebook Marketplace. You'll make a deal with them. Payment will all go through them. So we encourage everybody to check this out. You simply just log in, create an account. We have literature on here, and you can go into the individual items and view pictures, see any comments that the seller has listed, message them. We have tractors on here. We have some lawn and garden things on here. There's a pretty good variety, so we encourage everybody to go check it out. The location is normally listed in the individual item. If there's not a location listed, just again, reach out to the seller and they'll be able to get back to you. But like I said, this is completely free. We will do advertising for you on social media, through emails. So you simply just log in, create an account, list your item, list the location and price, and you're all set. So we encourage everybody to go give that a view and see what we have listed currently. So that's all we had for this bonus episode today. We know it's not that exciting probably, but we hope you did enjoy and learn a little something about Allis-Chalmers. And again, we just really like to thank everybody for listening and tuning in to our episodes. We do encourage you, like I said, to go check out the Old Iron Garage app, oldirongarage.com, and please let us know if you would be interested on being in an episode. Feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear your story and share it with others. I promise it's not as intimidating as it may seem. We don't always have to do video either. If that makes you nervous, we're happy to just do audio versions as well. We are going to, in season 2, start doing some more collection tours, so we're excited about that. So if you have anything you'd like to show off, let us know. We'd love to have you on an episode. We'd like to thank Michaela again for being a guest producer this week. She did a great job. And we're excited for season 2 and to talk to you all again soon. Thanks for listening.
Do you have any questions about the history of old iron? Send them to us today to info@oldirongarage.com. We want to answer all your questions in an upcoming episode.